Coming at you live from the fucking oven that is our studio. We are White Rice. It's the Rice Podcast.
White Rice.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 7? 7 of Instant Rice. We've officially beat our previous podcast.
It's been a long time coming.
Been a long journey, Mike. We finally made it to my favorite number. After this, it means nothing to me.
It's all down the hill from here.
Yeah. I listened back to episode 6, and we didn't introduce ourselves once.
No?
No, we really just jumped into it.
Do we assume that our audience knows us by now?
we assume we have a loyal fan base.
Right,
but just in case somebody clicks on episode 7 first, my name is Jordan, and it is 1,000 degrees in this office, so that's all I got to say.
My name's Mike, and I walked into a 1,000-degree oven room.
There it is. It's weird, right? Because the rest of the house isn't that bad, except when you walk in this room. I think it's these blankets. It's this goddamn noise-canceling blanket bullshit. But
the things we do for quality.
The things we do for you fucks. This is all for you people. So, okay, Mike. Let's just go into it. I want to hear. Yesterday you brought this up. I've been thinking about it the whole. I've been ready to hear this.
Right.
I hope you still remember it. I hope it's still clear in your memory.
I hope it's not overhyped by now.
Oh,
fuck. That's what I'm.
You better juice it up, brother. You better make it. You better butter me up. You buttered me up.
So I was telling Jordan about this. Thursday. So we're recording this on a Tuesday.
Yep.
So last Thursday. So it was quite a couple days ago. I had a really good nightmare. Or at least I thought it was a really good nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good nightmare that, when you're on the cusp of falling asleep and you hear yourself snore or something, you wake yourself up.
Yes.
It was
God, I hate that.
It was that for me, but for screaming.
Huh?
I was right on the edge. I was literally winding up a scream because I was asleep and I was about to scream. And I literally woke myself up, starting to scream, but and I stopped because I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to scream in real life. That's how good the nightmare was for me. That I was literally gonna scream. I literally screamed myself awake.
Holy shit, dude!
It was good. So,
oh my God.
So,
you really hyped it up.
Yeah, you were in my dream actually.
Oh fuck!
Believe it or not,
right.
It was weird. It was you were in my dream. So it was a couple of our friends,
mm-hmm.
and then my sister was in that because I think my sister was in that dream because that same day I saw her.
You saw her.
I went to visit her, so I think that's why she was in it. But anyways, it started off okay. So I'm trying to think of where to start or how to describe this.
Describe it like it's a movie. How would you frame this as a movie?
That actually brings up a good point. I'm going to tell you how the story goes or how my dream went.
Verbal trademark before we start this.
And I want you to tell me, do you think it would be a better design for a movie or like a short film or something?
Okay.
Or do you think it would be something more like a game?
Okay.
Because in a weird way or because of the aesthetic. It's not so much what happens in the dream, but more the aesthetic of the dream. Anyways, so it started off with I hate to admit it, but it kind of started off with a cliche, we were on a road trip, and
nothing wrong with that.
And at some point we were on a road trip and we went to I found this book, and it was a weird book because the cover of the book was constantly changing the cover, it was constantly changing, and it was a black and white book of it's kind of a diary or a journal of this girl, and it was constantly changing, and one of the titles of it was there's 8 different me's, or there's 8 me's, and
oh my God.
And then another and then it was just it would, like I said, the cover was always changing for some reason. It's one of those things where it's you see one cover, you look away, and then you look again, and it's a whole different cover.
Every single time you looked away?
Yeah, so it's never the same cover.
Oh, twice.
But sometimes it would be a repeat cover.
Okay. Oh, there's just it. Okay.
It's different
it always
covers.
Changes, but there's a set list of what they changed to.
And it's always a black and white photo or picture of this like random of the same girl. But like I said, I think it was like eight different covers because it says like there's 8 different me's. But then and then you flip the page, or so I started reading the book because obviously it's like, oh, I got this weird book.
Is it the same title every time? Like it's always just a different cover, but it's the same like title of the diary thing?
No, I actually think only one of the, like, all the other covers were blank except for one of the covers that said there's 8 different me's.
Oh, fuck.
So it's like, it's weird. It's a weird dream so far. But anyway, so I open it up and it like starts off like there's 8 different me's, but one of me is I don't know if it said or I can't remember if it said one of me is in danger or the other, or one of me is danger or something like that. And I'm like, I remember because I found this in like a tower or something like that. So bear with me. So I found this in like, we're at like a coastline, and I was at like a tower. I don't want to say a lighthouse tower, but
an observation tower.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And to my right was where you guys were, like everyone else. For some reason, I was all alone. Okay. And to my right, you guys were all in the crowd, but like you weren't with me. You're like standing outside the tower and like kind of just like yelling up to me, like, "Hey, what'd you find?" or whatever. And in front of me was just like an open road with a single tree. So to my right was where you guys were and like where the car was. In front of me was an open road with a single tree. And then to the left of me was like the ocean or like the sea or whatever. Okay. And so I'm like, I'm like screaming down to you guys, like, I found this book. And the moment that I flipped open the book and like read the first page, it started like the world itself started going like, at first it turned to like a monochrome, like black and white. So like all the color faded the moment I flipped open the book. And how do I describe it? Like slowly as time, like the moment everything went black and white, slowly as time progressed, everything started going like scratchy. Cause like not just like in visuals, but in sound as well. It kind of like the best way I could describe it is imagine it's like a coloring book, and like so someone's just like going to town with like a black crayon, and like so you hear that scratching noise, but as well as like the world is starting to get like in your vision, the world starts to get scratchy as well.
Oh my god.
And so I'm like what the hell's going on? And I look to call down to you guys, but then all of a sudden everyone vanishes. So the moment I read the book, the world went black and white, and it, like it's starting to get like a scratchy, as if like someone's writing in the book.
Yeah.
And so naturally, I'm starting in my dream. I was starting to freak out because I'm like, what is going on? Like all my friends just disappeared, and this book keeps on changing and everything. So I like start to flip through the pages, and in like classic book fashion, it's like a story about a girl, but every now and then there would be a sentence that's in like blood red of talking about that 8th girl, and about like how she went missing, or like she's not really gone, and then at some point it's like she's coming. And I'm flipping through these pages.
So did you start reading this up on top of the tower? Like
yeah, I'm still on the tower. You guys are gone.
Okay.
I'm kind of like freaking out.
Did the world change, like aside from like the color scheme? Is it still like the same like landscape that you in the real world?
Yeah.
Or does it get grittier?
It's like I said, it's like scratchy.
So it's just everything's the same. It just except for you're alone now,
right?
And it just looks.
I guess like in a good way to describe it, it's like, I don't want to say it gets foggy, but it gets like grainy.
Oh, like a film grain type
yeah
thing?
Like a film grain where it's like it starts become it's not as clear, like the world isn't as clear anymore,
and there's no color.
Yeah, there's no,
except for the red and the
except
words?
except for the red and the letters and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so so I'm like reading, and then I flip to this one. So I'm still reading through the book, and I get to a section where it's like a song or like a poem or something like that. And So like I said, I don't know if it was a song or a poem, but I started reading it, and after I got through like the first,
loud?
Yeah,
of course.
after I got through the first verse, again I was like, because I was still like, where are you guys?
Yeah.
And so I looked, and not to the right of me where you guys were, but in front of me, now I saw a silhouette by that lone tree further down the road, and obviously it was just a silhouette at the time. And I remember calling out to it. Obviously, it didn't respond. It's just like a silhouette in the distance type thing. And
silhouette of like a person?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, all right, I gotta keep reading. Or for some reason, I was like, I felt so compelled.
You gotta finish this book.
I felt so compelled. I was like, all right, let me just keep reading it. And I like finished the second verse, and then I look up again, and this time the silhouette, I can clearly tell that it's making a beeline for me. Like, it's just full on sprinting towards me. And at this point, like, I'm freaking the fuck out. Like, I see it, like, it is like ungodly, like, because the silhouette was like very far away, like way down the road.
Yeah.
But I can tell that it is not only running towards me, but it is running
fucking fast.
Way too fast than like the average person or whatever. And so, yeah, I don't. In my mind, I was like, so I see this person like sprinting towards me. I'm freaking out, but for some reason in my mind, I'm like, maybe if I finish this poem or song, it'll go away.
Right.
So I start like panic reading or like panic singing, and it just gets closer and closer, and then eventually, it like reaches the like I can clearly tell by at like. After like the fourth or fifth verse, because it's like close to the tower at this point, that it's a girl or like some type of it's
her.
Yeah.
Oh, it's her.
Pretty much, it's the eighth girl. I can't tell, like it was kind of like your classic like dead girl
like horror,
like the hair is covering, like long hair covering the face,
like a
stuff.
Japanese horror.
Yeah,
character.
it's just like so I couldn't like I can't tell you the features of it, but it's just like obviously it was like super unsettling. And so she gets to the tower, and all of a sudden I hear like the front door just like swing open, like or like the front door of like the tower that was in like swing open, and I'm still like struggling to like get the verse or whatever, and then so it's like I know it's in the tower, and it's like coming upstairs, and I forgot like an important detail, or not really important, but like aesthetic wise. So as soon as I started reading the poem or song, not like I said, it was like monochrome except for like the red letters.
Yeah.
Then the world started turning red. So like slowly as I like the moment I saw the silhouette and I kept on going further down the song, the world started bleeding red. Just like everything like so it went from white and black
like
to
red sky and
yeah,
shit.
Bleeding. The sky was red. Anything that would be like a gray or a white was just slowly bleeding red.
Oh my fucking god.
Until the point where like she got to the tower, it was like the red was like oversaturating the black, where it was even starting to like it was starting to get hard to even see like the words on the papers and stuff, because like that red was just bleeding too much. And so like I was freaking out because I'm like I'm not going to finish the song, because like in my vision or like my eyes like were bloodshot red, and I'm like I don't know what's happening. All right, and but by like I don't know, obviously I don't know, but I barely made it, and I finished the thing.
Oh shit!
But the thing is, like it doesn't turn black and white again. It's still like that bloodshot red, and so it's just me standing at the tower, just like the next like 30 seconds to a minute of that dream was just me heavy breathing. Of like barely can see anything. It's kind of like that.
God.
It's kind of like that blind vision of like you can't really see.
Or it's like you get like water, like shampoo in your eyes.
Yeah,
it's like you can't fucking see.
Yeah, like you're wiping at your eyes,
yeah,
like trying to see, and the only thing you can hear is like your own like panic breathing. And I'm just like,
God.
Oh my god, like I'm freaking out. And then so by the time that like I wipe my eyes clean, it's like that cliche, like she's right in front of me, And
oh fuck, dude.
the moment that I realized that she's right in front of me, like she like does like a lunge or something like that, like
right. Classic, right?
And then that's when I woke up, and like I literally was like, ah! And then I'm like, oh, I'm at home, like I'm awake, or like I stopped myself from screaming.
That's crazy.
And I'm just like, I'm breathing heavily, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? And so like that was like the gist of the dream. But that's why I'm like, I with the aesthetic of that dream, with like the scratchiness, like the scratchy, like film grainy world of like the moment that I opened the book, everything turned like black and white, and then like slowly became blood red the further I got into the poem or whatever. It's like, I don't know if that would be good for a movie.
See, no, for me, I think, because like while you're talking about it, I was thinking about that because you brought it up at the beginning. I think better for a movie. I think
so.
Yeah, because I think gameplay wise, there's not like, it would be more of like one like an indie game, like really short, you know?
Yeah.
So like I think for
funnily enough, I was actually thinking of it as like a indie like
yeah,
RPG horror
one
game.
Of those little short games.
Yeah.
Like I could see it as both, but I think we should say on the podcast short film, because then we can make this. Because while I was listening, no, for real, I was like, this is possible for us to do this. Like it's like, it's simple.
Truthfully, it was like it's simple, but like I don't know, there's just something
it's
about
effective.
It.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, like, because obviously I was the one who had the dream, and I'm like, there's just something about it where like,
well, the way you described it too, I pictured it perfectly. Like I could picture every single thing that you said, and I'm like, oh, like we could put like pacing and like character and stuff, and then like the climax at the end, and like it all fit together so well. And
it was just like, obviously like there was a mystery there, or like there was a mystery with like there's 8 me's. Yeah. One of them is like dangerous or something like that. Like, so there's something about a girl and how there's like 8 different versions of her, and like one of them is like a crazy like,
you got the danger one, dude,
killer one or something. I'm like,
maybe you got the good one. Maybe she was lunging to suck your dick.
That could be
you're like clearing it.
I wake up stopping myself from screaming, but I'm like, oh, my pants are wet.
Yeah, you know, wet dream. Wake up, oh, I'm a sticky.
What happened? Please make me fall asleep again.
You're like a thing on your nightstand, just a bunch of little things lined up so you can knock yourself back out to your dream. Chloroform on a fucking napkin. I'm going back in.
It's a good thing I have this belt set up to choke me to sleep. But that's the secret. That's the secret ending.
Yeah. That's the good ending. It's just crazy, like that you screamed yourself awake. Is like, I think what happened, like maybe you just took your breath, like you just like maybe you stopped breathing and you went like, you know, like I don't, for you thought it was gonna be like a scream, but maybe you were gasping. Like, well,
the thing is, it was actually audible. Like it wasn't a gasp; it was a literal like wind up of a scream. Like,
oh, for real?
Yeah, like I said, like
did any sound come out?
Yeah, a little, like a good. It only lasted for like a second. Your parents were
working though, right? At least.
No, my parents were. Both my parents were actually out of town.
Oh, okay, that's good at least.
They went on. They went on vacation.
Okay, so that's good at least.
It was just me home alone.
Okay,
and so yeah, like no, like for it wasn't long, like I said, because I stopped myself, so it only lasted for like a second, but. It was the beginning of like a legitimate scream. It wasn't a gasp; it was an actual scream.
Wow! And because you're probably screaming in your dream.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, holy shit!
And it woke me like.
If you scream in your dreams, you scream for real.
That legitimately like was one of like 3 times in my life that's ever happened before.
Were you able to fall back asleep after that?
Oh, I had to stay up for a little bit. Like, I had to, like, stay up and, like, kind of, like, process.
Well, at least you remembered it. Like, it had that big of an impact that you remembered it so vividly, too, which is crazy.
I think the thing that, like, I remembered clearly the most was the changing covers. Because I don't know why, but I just remember that detail being so vivid. Like, I could never, like, fully understand what the cover was because it was always changing. The 8 different me's and... Like I said, the aesthetic of like the scratching, of like just like that scratching noise. Because that scratching
you were
noise,
in the book, dude.
Yeah, that scratching noise like is actually an awful sound if you think about it.
No, yeah,
just
a very unsettling. It's almost like that. I'm gonna try and explain this without like I think you'll understand like that violin. You know what I mean? Like in like a horror movie, like the quick, fast-paced violin. It's kind of like that, where it's like a staple, and it's almost like it sends chills through your fucking body.
And like, because how I imagine it is like it's in your ear, so you just like hear that scratching in your ear, and then like the visual aspect of it, of like everything went sudden monochrome, and then started like just bleeding as they started getting deeper and deeper in the book, and it was just. Yeah, I don't know. It was
Mike,
weird.
I think you just pitched us our first short film idea. This is actually I'm into it.
It was weird.
If I were a Hollywood executive right now, I'd say you're greenlit. We're doing this. Like
this in a weird way, I kind of want to continue that dream. Or like I want to like the next time I go to bed or something like that, I want to continue that dream because I want to figure out that mystery. I've somehow created a mystery that I can't solve.
The thing is though, like you get even when you're like conscious now, you can still think of different options, like different. You know, you can figure different like. Why am I struggling with words? Like different point of views and like perspectives and like what it can mean, and they can figure out your own meaning because this is your fucking thing, dude.
And like I like to imagine where it's like, this didn't actually happen in my dream, but like if we're like thinking about this as like a movie standpoint or something like that, so I found the book and it's talking about like 8 different people.
Yeah, I
was with a group, so I like to imagine like potentially I don't remember the exact number, but I like to imagine there's 7 other people with me. And like so, like there's a total of 8 people in the group, and when I realized that everyone was gone, I could see it like everyone somehow like got separated, or they're in their own version of it.
Yeah, where it's like the different timelines. Like everybody has their own version. I'm getting my dick sucked, man. Yeah,
you find that
I got the horny one. You're getting fucking just chomping on your flesh, and I'm like,
That's me, number 4, the sexy me.
But no, dude, that's actually fucking genius. Like, I'm actually like, no, that you did not overhype that at all. That is,
that's why I was a little worried because I'm like, it was kind of basic or like simple.
Well, it's simple enough that it works because it's like it's not too complicated. Like, it's a simple idea, and there's so much room for it to like expand to different things. Like just freedom to make it whatever, you know what I mean? Like you have the basic concept, which is the hardest part to think of, is like a concept and like an outline, and then you can just kind of like alter it however you want. And like we have that outline now, so like, dude, I think we should actually make this.
Honestly, it's a cool concept.
We could definitely do this. We could use the tower at High Cliff.
Yeah, ooh,
like the observation tower. We could just go camping one weekend, just film.
That's actually
yeah, dude, because that would work. And
we already verbal trademarked it.
It's on the water too. So like, because there's water, so the water could be red, and like the sky will be red, and like we could get cool like shots and like of the waves and just make it red.
I like it.
Dude,
I really
we could do this,
dude. I love it.
I do too. I'm actually so hyped. Like, have a nice like we'll establish every character and then just fuck them, get them out of here, and then have just you, and then like, oh my god, we can do this.
You know what we have to do though? We have to hire a female actress.
You know how they end up. You know how that works for us.
We have history.
We have a history.
Shout out to episode 1 of our very own podcast.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't listened to that, go watch it because it was a nice little.
The history of our directing, movie directing in the past.
Yeah, that won't be too hard now. I think I've got connections now. We're good. But
we're also adults.
Yeah,
not constrained by schoolwork.
Yeah, it's not like we have a rubric for this. We like make it.
How can I make the satire?
People are grading us in the comments. Like, yeah, you didn't really reach.
Yeah.
C minus. Like, what the fuck?
Camera work was a little shoddy.
But this would be like it's a good concept, and it's a good little stepping stone into what we want to do. You know, and like. Now that we have the basic thing down, we can use this to kind of get a better, because we've never really done cinematic work before. We've only done like that found footage,
right,
or like vlog style. We've never really done camera work or had to have serious angles. And now that there's like passion, the performances will reflect on that. And like, dude, I'm actually really excited right now. Like we should actually like take a day and write this down and like get people on board, because we don't need that many people, you know what I mean? Like, it's a small thing too. We got plenty of people who'll be down for it, so like and like the road trip idea, add a little story to it, and a little
Right.
bit of like it'll still be like a little short film, but yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome. I actually really like that idea. That's so.
Well,
dope.
I'm glad you liked it. Like I said, I was scared that it was a little overhyped, but
Yeah, because think about it. If you were to make it into a video game, like what kind of gameplay would you have for that? Like you said, like the little indie game, right? Would it be like first person?
okay. So in my mind, so growing up as a kid, obviously like in the early YouTube days, I was a really big fan of like PewDiePie and like those guys, and they all played like those like indie RPG like horror
those.
games. And
I watch a guy named Berlizzi who still plays those.
right, and so it's like, so it would be like that. In my mind, I saw it as like a 8-bit,
8-bit.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
like top down, like walking,
Gotcha.
pretty much like a walking and like finding like special items,
Yeah.
and stuff. And so like the way how I imagine it is like, so like the 8-bit of like we roll up and like I walk into the tower alone, like there's some like interactable items, but it's just like, oh, this stuff is old, or like why is this like stuff here, like does anyone live here, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like eventually I would like make my way upstairs to like the top part and where I would find that book, and it's like, and then that's when like, so I guess it would just be like a, just like one of those like story item finding like puzzle games.
Because I could see it like that, but I could also see it like going towards like a Dark Pictures one, where it's like that kind of like decision game, and like
I could totally see that too.
Yeah,
actually.
where it's like just cinematic, and then like
like choices,
what
I do,
and that's kind of what made me think more movie, because it's like, well, instead of just having like a couple choices,
I actually really like the idea, because like now, like as I'm like going over like the dream, and it's like you get those choices of like I could either A, try to like find a hiding spot, or I could B, try to finish the book like I did and stuff, and like that's what led me to that ending. Or whatever.
That's, you can get the dick sucking ending.
I got the good idea.
Yeah, baby. But you get the blowjob ending.
I could totally see that, and then like and it's just like, so like there's like relationship bars or whatever with like other players, and so like how you interact with other players or like the other characters can like sway the story and stuff.
What version of that girl you get, like if you were a dick, you're gonna get a worse, like, because you're the universe like punishes you, sort of thing. So, like, you don't realize the decisions you're making, but like in the beginning with like the what do they call that? I don't know, like fucking whatever. Like we fucking hell, I can't think of words today.
What, like
fuck, shit, this sucks. Whatever. Like, fuck, what was I even going? So I was trying to think of a word and I forgot. But like,
are you talking about like setting up for like a butterfly effect? Or
sort
something?
of, but like, you're like in like exposition, not that word, but like beforehand. So like the decisions like you don't realize are making an effect, like the way you like interact with your friends and people with you, like actually it does affect later what version of like the ghost you get,
Okay.
So like it'd be like one of those decisions, and then like obviously, because for me, I hate pointless decisions in those games, the ones that don't affect the outcome. So like it would be like every single like dialogue, every single action, every single everything affects the version of the curse that you're under now, because of the way you treated other people, reflects how the book treats you back.
Because it all like ties into like that mystery of the 8 different me's.
Yeah,
and stuff,
so
and,
there's
like,
8 different endings. Then, like,
I can see that.
Yeah, so like that, I could see like Dark Pictures. Hey, Dark Pictures, if you're listening,
if
you're watching this,
I got a cool idea for you.
And you're trying to get some actors. We're in.
Right. I would be honored.
Yeah, but I could see them doing that easily. That sounds like a thing they would do. Only it wouldn't suck, because like there's actually different choices that matter. Because like I said, decisions that like in Telltale games, decisions never matter. It just, the only thing it affects is like the relationship with other characters, which does matter, but at the same time it doesn't affect any outcomes.
Sometimes it doesn't. It even doesn't, because it's like for example, I'm just like trying to think, like you get into a situation where it's like person A wants to do this, person B wants to do that, and you side with person A, and then obviously like person B gets mad at you, but then literally later, like that, like not even like 10 minutes later, when you escape that event, when you escape that problem, they're like, you can just like say one dialogue option, and it's like, oh, okay, I forgive you, or something like that.
It's
like
just
nothing happened.
It's so pointless. And then there's one in The Walking Dead season 2, I think. It's like one of my favorite characters is like falling through the ice, right?
Okay.
And you can falling through the ice, and then I think something. He's like something else is happening. Oh, I think 2 people fell through the ice or some shit. I don't know. But even though, no matter what you do, you cannot save the one guy. You can't save him, and that sucks. It's so annoying because like I tried to save him, and then he died, and I tried to do the other option, and then he died anyways. So he just you can't. No big event matters in those games, and that's what I really hate. That's what I like about Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain gets a lot of shit, but I love it because the choices matter, and like, people can die. Like, so fast. Madison could die so many times.
Yeah, I think that's a really good feature, like permadeath. Because, like, don't get me wrong, it sucks if you get your character killed right away.
But you learn. Like, that's fucked up. That's
but like
with your actions.
It really does set, like, weight into the situation, though. It's like, hey, like, obviously they're trying to, like, make a real-life simulator. Or not real-life simulator, but, like, trying to make it
realistic.
Like, there's no redos or there's no respawns.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If this person fucks up, you get them killed.
Yeah.
Like in a car crash or something like that, they will die.
Yeah,
like,
because there's a choice in Heavy Rain. Well, spoilers for Heavy Rain if you guys haven't played it, but it's like a 15-year-old game, so it's on you. But like the part where Madison's in that apartment when it's on fire,
yeah,
and like you can go to the window and like it says jump or whatever. My brother's like, hey, if you jump, she's fine, she lives, and I'm like, okay, like cool.
Oh,
and she jumps, she jumps and then just dies. I'm like, why was that an option? And Jake was like, what the fuck? I thought she lived. And I'm like, why would they even like? It's one of those fake out choices where it's like, oh, you think like
it looks like a red herring.
It looks
where it's
like,
like,
yeah,
oh,
it's like,
but it actually turns out to be
she just jumps and dies.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, what was going through the actual like person's head when like she did that, like to escape it? It's just crazy.
But in a way, like that, like obviously I've never been locked in a burning building.
Yeah,
like several stories in the sky, but I feel like that was an option for people who would be in that situation. Like, hey, I don't know how to get out here. I'm panicking. I know the height is really high, but
let me try it.
Let me try because like
always I'll meet a burn in here.
Yeah, this might be the only option that I got types of situation. So like in a way, it makes sense to have that option, even if it guarantees that you will die.
It's because the right option is to climb in the fridge like Indiana Jones. Yeah. That is so crazy. I wonder if that really works. Indiana Jones survived a nuke.
That's not real. I can confidently say that I don't think you can survive a nuclear blast like from point blank by hiding in.
See, hers was just a propane tank.
Yeah.
I wonder if Indiana Jones took from that movie. Or, took from that game. Because did you know in Fallout New Vegas there's an Easter egg with that? Where there's a fridge. Yeah, that's so funny. But back to what we were talking about, like decisions, like how the relationships would affect it, and then it would depend on
it feels good having making actual decisions that carry weight.
Yeah, because otherwise
what's the point of playing a decision based game when half of it doesn't even matter? Because
you've watched Little Hope, right? You never played it, but you watched it. Like, no matter what you do, we're gonna spoil that one because just don't even play it. It is so stupid, so pointless. Like, I felt like I wasted my time playing it because you get the ending doesn't change. Right. So that stupid plot twist where it's like none of it was real. What the fuck did I just waste my time for? Like, sure, it's. I don't even want to say it's good for a film because it's not. It's still equally a waste of time.
I understand. So far, I mean, this is my assumption, just based on the two games that released. So both Little Hope and Man of Medan.
Yeah,
I can see that they're going for there isn't actually real horrors. It's just some type of real life event that's like. So, for example, Man of Medan was just a chemical hallucinogen. And then the second game was just a dude going through trauma based on his past. So it's I understand what they're trying to do. It's the real horrors are in real life and not fiction.
Yeah,
but the way how they executed it, just like you said, especially Little Hope, it just feels so worthless or there's little to no impact.
Yeah,
and if they played off that ending differently, then I could say maybe they it's justifiable.
Yeah.
But even the endings were just weak.
Yeah, I agree, and it's weird because like I said, like Until Dawn is like one of my favorite like decision games. Even though like there's no different endings, the endings are always just different people making it through, like surviving at the end.
the interviews.
Yeah, and it's like that doesn't give me enough like. That doesn't give me anything. Like Heavy Rain, back to Heavy Rain. 17 different endings that all have, like, they're different. Like, Ethan and Madison get together with Sean. Sean dies. Ethan kills himself in prison. Like, there's all these different things that can happen. And, like, you feel like you did something. Like, when you played that game, you played through it, you spent the time, you did all this different stuff, and you're rewarded with the consequences or the rewards that you gained through playing at the end. But with Little Hope or fucking Man of Medan, like, Man of Medan doesn't even. I think it's the same thing with Until Dawn. It's just like whoever escapes.
Yeah, I think that was their problem. Is like they didn't have like an epilogue or whatever
there was
to like show
exactly. There was no epilogue.
Where Heavy Rain had like the epilogue of
showing
like what
where
happened
everybody
after.
is afterwards. It's like showing how your decisions impacted these people and making you feel like you actually did something.
Right. Like,
and people will shit on David Cage all they want. He's a weirdo, but Detroit and Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, kind of, like, they all have, like, the redeeming factor of giving you, like, a sense of achievement for playing through it. And, like, making it so, like, because, like, Detroit is insane. And Detroit will even show you after every section everything that you did, like, the path it took you.
That was one of my favorite features.
Yeah.
That they show, like, the graph and just showing your route compared to, like, the 15 different routes that you could have gone in just that chapter alone.
Like,
and it's just...
Jake and I played through Detroit, excuse me, and there was one section of that game that changed the ending entirely. I don't want to spoil. I do not want to spoil that one because I want people to play that one.
That one is a legitimately good one, and I still like. Yeah, it came out a couple years ago already, but like I still think it's like worth the playthrough if you've never played it.
Honestly, like the concept of it is, I think it's great. People will shit on it and they'll say it's stupid and preachy and stuff, but I think it's like it was timed in like the perfect time in the world right now.
Yeah,
and like it still holds up to like that kind of like what we're going through like socially and politically and stuff. So like it still reflects like it's so, dude, I love it. It's like one of my favorite like decision games ever made. I honestly can't wait to see what he makes next because like he's like I said, his games they have impact. The endings matter. There's different endings, lots of them.
Maybe we should be selling our game idea to David Cage and
David Cage, dude.
Hey man,
Quantic Dream, buy our fucking property, all right? Buy it, the White Rice game. Okay? Buy this. We will give you full freedom to just we got this outline. You go crazy with it. You come up with the endings. We'll voice act. We'll mocap for you.
Like
we will get naked like you like.
Yeah,
we know you like people getting naked. We will get naked.
I'll show
for
man
you.
ass. I'll do it right now.
We'll show some man ass, David Cage. David Cage, we love you, man. You French bastard. You are so beautiful. Weird but beautiful, and you make very good decision games, and you are the king of those. And like Until Dawn, or whoever makes those, who makes Until Dawn? Who is that? What is that? I should know this, but I don't.
I'm blanking out.
Yeah,
as well.
me too. But fuck you guys. No, not fuck you. You guys do so well until the ends.
You guys, like your gameplay or like your choices or like your actual gameplay
stories
is legitimate. It's really good. Your endings are a little weak.
Yeah, you need more endings. We need better endings. I think
Little Hope was a bigger ball drop. Your characters were really bad.
The characters are terrible. The gameplay was terrible. Everything. The story was god awful. It was like the whole time you're thinking like your decisions are mattering, and they don't. Nothing mattered. The only thing that mattered is how you talked to that one guy.
The one dude.
Yeah. And like if you were mean to him, you get arrested. And if you were nice to him, he's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That's it.
And it's like, really?
Then, they only have 3 endings. They have you get arrested, you get told to get out of here, or if you do like everything quote unquote right, then it's like, hey, let me get you some help or something like that. That's it.
Yeah, and it's like, man, it's just so it makes you feel empty. It makes you feel like you haven't accomplished anything because no matter what you did from the beginning to the end, that guy won't die. It makes you feel like he's in danger 1,000 times, but he's never in danger. That was the character I played as, and I was on edge every time. And then at the end, I'm like, really? it didn't matter what I did.
We could verbal trademark. We can make like a parody based off of like Dark Pictures like choices or like storytelling of like a guy going to a restaurant and ordering food, and he's like having all these like mental breakdowns of like, oh, I don't know if I should get this steak or this burger, and like, oh, do I want a medium well or like do I want it raw or
he's just having
well done?
all these mental conflicts,
and then
he
at
keeps
the
pausing on his face and having the little things.
He's
He's
like
looking back and forth at him.
Salt, pepper, and then at the end of the game, he just like finishes his meal and puts the dollar and like puts his tip, and that's the end of the game. Like, there's no,
game. It doesn't matter. There's no outcome.
Yeah, he's just.
I'm down for that.
Like, that was a good meal.
That's a good video idea.
Or
I like that.
It's either that was a good meal or I should have gone to steak.
He just kind of regrets it for the rest of his day. He's like, not a day ruiner, but just a moment ruiner. It's fine.
I think that's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, we'll find. Yeah, I like that. See, look at us. We're just spitballing skit ideas on the podcast tonight. This is a good episode because like we were meaning to get some skits written and like and plot it out. So it's good to like. People know what to expect from us now. Nice.
Where our ideas
are at. Like we like the pop culture reference boys. Like, but
so that's good because like we got a horror idea, but then we also have like a comedy bit.
Yeah, that's a good bit too. Because a lot of people, I think, agree with that statement where those Dark Picture. I don't know who it is. Like, wish I could remember. I feel kind of fucked up that I don't remember that because I love Until Dawn, until the end, of course.
Yeah.
So like, but. Yeah, man, it's just so disappointing.
Man, Until Dawn, like that. I don't mean to like keep going back to it, but it's just like I really would have liked to see like I said, or like
a resolution,
like an epilogue. Like I would have loved to see if,
how
like,
the survivors.
Yeah, like if like, for example, like Chris and Ashley, like if they actually like.
Yep. Because let's just go off of ours. The only like when we played, the only person who died was Sam,
right?
Because of that controller glitch,
right?
And so like I wanted to see, like you said. If Chris and Ashley get together after all that,
and especially like with the paths that like because you were playing as Chris at the time, like you were definitely taking the choices that were like that would like bud the relationship or like that would actually make it happen. So like that's an ending where like they get together, rather than like maybe like other decisions in the past where it's like where you chose like your friend over Ashley at first or something like that, and then that was like it didn't work out or something.
Yeah.
Or same thing with like. Mike and
Jess,
yeah, like obviously depending on like the choices that you got there, like you saved her,
or like if Mike shot Emily,
right?
If like he'd get arrested for that,
yeah, if like
you know what I mean, like if he goes to prison,
actually got the repercussions of that,
of shooting her in the head,
or if like because there was like points where like Emily was blaming her friends, like did she like get the whole idea like mixed up in her head and like
I want to wonder if like they because like that's the thing, like it's so open ended, we don't get a resolution for these people that we just saved, like we just spent 8 hours of real life with them like through this shit. I want to see what happened aside from them in a fucking like police, what is it, like a police interview is it called, or like interrogation, and it's like they probably all went to the fucking insane asylum. There's no proof of the Wendigos even existing.
That's true.
So, like, when they got there, did they just all get thrown in a padded room for the death of Sam?
We'll never know.
Like, for all the police know, they just, like, fucking just killed Sam. Like, you know, Sam was dead.
Well, it was Sam and, why am I forgetting his name? The dude who invited you to the place in the first place.
Oh, Josh too.
Josh, because he went missing too.
Yeah, well, he went missing too, and like,
but
the
like, if
ending.
you got the secret ending, maybe that might lead to like some type of proof or something like that, where they're not insane or
and
something like that. You
know,
we
didn't get that, and that's so
like
annoying to me.
I think that would be a cool concept because it legitimately was kind of a secret ending because you had to go out of your way to find that one
totem that led to that one clue. Led to Josh not dying there.
Exactly. So it's like. That would be a cool concept that if you didn't find that ending, it would go to a route where it's like whether like
the kid
like where they got like either arrested or sent to an insane asylum. But if you did find that secret ending, then it would then those guys who found Josh, like maybe like one of them survived or like one of them got footage, and then it would show like, hey, these kids were telling the truth, and so like they got like a better ending because like they're not crazy or something like that, or like just like small simple stuff like that.
Something like like where every decision will matter. Like I said, like how you react, how you talked, how you the relationships in the game, how you like talk to each other, should affect something, and it does. But it should also affect the ending, because like if Chris chooses Josh over Ashley and then chooses to shoot Ashley when that saw blade's coming down, she won't open the door for him and he dies.
Yeah.
So like there's things like that throughout the game that affect things. So why can't it matter at the end? Why can't we get a resolution at the end?
Yeah, now that I think about it, they honestly really did Josh dirty, because it was like, what his two endings are: either he dies or he turns into a Wendigo. Like,
you can't
all
save
based
Josh.
on one totem. Like,
yeah, you can't save him. It's
and it's weird because it's like your characters like genuinely try to save him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they see that he's like crazy in the head, so it's like, oh, this dude is just obviously like
because they blamed him at first, like you fucking killed whoever,
right?
And then
but they see like, hey, he's just in a bad spot in an even worse situation. Like, let's save him.
Yeah,
but they give you no chance to save him. It's like
he doesn't get
when he gets
redemption.
kidnapped. Yeah, when he gets kidnapped, it's like
it's over. It's
you
one
can't
of
do
two
anything.
things.
Yeah,
like, and it's scripted.
Right.
It's a scripted event that you can't alter or change beforehand. And it's like, I think going forward, these game developers need to realize that like we want more control of the things that we are controlling. You know, like if you're gonna say a game is gonna have it's all your choice. That's how you play. It's the butterfly effect.
Right.
Then make the choices more of ours.
Like,
so that when we go back and play it, we don't expect the same fucking scripted events all the time. It can be different and play it over and over again.
Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that it is probably like virtually impossible to get every single ending or like create
1,000 different endings.
1,000
like
different
how
endings.
Todd Howard claimed that Fallout 3 was going to be.
I understand that it is most likely, at least in the state that we are right now, like it is very hard to do, or like it would be a lot of time.
Yeah,
but if you're gonna advertise a game of the choice matters, or like you get the ending that you want, or like
you're in control of these people's lives,
then you should actually keep up on that promise and not just give faulty choices that lead to default endings.
Yes,
or like
exactly.
Unchangeable endings. Or
exactly.
Like
the fact that Mike and Sam can't die except for like one point in the game, it makes the play it makes the replay just so boring, because you're like, these characters aren't in danger. Like, and then you realize on the replay again, they're not in any serious danger until halfway through the fucking game. Yeah. And even then, there's scripted sections where they're only in danger. Like, there's a stupid little thing at the beginning where an like an icicle can fall on Mike. It doesn't do anything. They push you over anyways. So like, you can either dodge it or like let it hit you. But if you dodge it, Mike moves, and if you don't dodge it, Josh just moves you. It's like, don't give us fake out options, because it's annoying and stupid on replay. Do you want them to play your game again? That's the thing.
At least give it to like some weight to it. So it's like, okay, let's say you don't dodge the icicle and you get hit by it.
Yeah.
Let's say instead of like it falling on your head or something like that, it like hits your hand and like it injures your hand.
Yeah, and
so then like in a later event where you're trying to do something and it's like, oh shit, my hand's fucked up. So it's like you don't have the grip strength or something like that. And then guess what? You fail that event because of your mistakes earlier.
Exactly.
Like that way, it still has like
every choice should have an impact on the outcome of the game. There shouldn't be a scripted bullshit.
Again, the whole point of that's why it's called the butterfly effect.
Yes.
Something happens that causes this to happen later, and especially because. Especially, I'm going hard on Until Dawn, but that's why they literally called it like a butterfly effect.
They literally advertise it as this.
Yeah, and so it's just, it sucks.
And like there was and like there's some of the decisions are so stupid, because you can go back and you can look at the butterfly effect and see what affects what. There was a point where if like Sam at the beginning can like feed a squirrel or something, and like if it runs away, then the killer finds you later. Huh?
Oh no, it wasn't feeds. It's like, I thought you could like shoot it.
Or if Chris shoots it,
because they found like that little mini firing range.
Yeah.
If you shoot it,
something that Chris does affects Sam. Don't do this. don't act like you're doing this bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, these decisions matter in some kind of way. No, those have no direct correlation. Don't pull this bullshit on us. That is so
Hey, man,
stupid.
You never know. The next time you see a squirrel out
If
there,
you shoot it, you
like,
could get killed, Mike. If I shoot a squirrel, or if I run
Yeah,
over a squirrel,
I
Mike's
just-
gonna die.
I'm nowhere near. I'm out of town.
You just get stabbed in a movie theater.
Next time, you should tell your friend not to hurt squirrels. I'm like, what's going on?
What the fuck is this my problem? Go get him. But like,
I just wanted popcorn.
see, dude, like this is where we need to step into. We need to step into the spotlight. You and me need to get up in here, and we need to start making. We need to start calling out these officials, these developers. We need to start getting our hands
Yeah, we
dirty.
need- Someone try to network us with
Yeah, if
one of
anybody
these
listening to
creators.
Instant Rice has,
Yeah,
any,
if you have these contacts or like the
tell them shoot them this link. Shoot them the link to this episode.
yeah,
we got some words
we
for
got
you.
ideas. We got ideas.
We got ideas, and we got time. We can record
Don't-
thousands of dialogue options. We're fine.
We're the only reason why we might sound harsh, but it's because we care.
It's because we care.
These
we
are some-
fucking love you.
These are like legitimately some of our favorite
Yes.
like video game genres.
Yes.
Like
And
I love story
And
based games.
let us create the characters that we're playing too. You know
Yeah.
what? Fuck it. Give us the customization options because I want to be in the story that I'm controlling. We need a choose your own adventure game with create a character. Because character customization is one of the biggest things
for
right now.
as an immersive boy who
Uh-huh.
likes to imagine myself in these situations.
Put us in
I
the
don't
shit.
want to look like some blonde white guy.
Whoa, come on.
No,
man. Hey. But
Well, I'm just. That sounded weird. That sounded bad. But like, I think because
I thought you were telling me.
oh,
I didn't mean that. I wasn't going that way.
and so like you and I always thought it was funny because like you and I have played several like
Yes.
story-based games
Right.
or whatever together,
Uh-huh.
and we always naturally stick to characters that kind of or like
Yeah.
not look like us, but like the closest thing to
Who
us.
we like connect with.
And I think that's awesome because we never argue.
And we're never the same person. It's always someone else. Like,
Exactly. There's like I that's like this is not even about like story based games. This is just like a you and I thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just like always appreciate it. It's like
yeah.
because like
Playing
obviously
Saints Row 4, I'm like, I get Nolan North, and you're like, I get Troy Baker.
yeah,
Perfect.
exactly. Like well, it's just obviously we understand that being the same is lame.
Yeah, no, it's like those are the big things in games for me. Like immersion and like feeling like it's sculpted for me.
Right.
And if I'm playing a game that's going to be advertised as your decisions or your story is based off of what you do, and it's not. Like there's this, like for Telltale, same outcome for every ending.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's things that happen. I get that there's gonna be scripted events, but I think like shit, it's tough because it can't be fully your choice. There's gonna be things that are scripted, but like it should happen differently. It shouldn't happen the same way every single time. There shouldn't be sections where you're completely safe and like your decisions just don't matter because it's boring on a replay. Like you want a game like David Cage games, like Detroit, how you can go back and like you can see the different options like laid out for you
Right.
to see where you can change the story and like how different the game can be at the end. Because like if you haven't played Detroit, go play Detroit.
Yeah, go play it.
It is.
If there's one thing to take from this, go play Detroit.
I think it's $30. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
I think it's on Steam now and stuff.
Oh, is it?
I think
okay,
so.
cool. It's on Steam. It's on PlayStation Now. So if you're PlayStation Now, just stream it. It's so easy. It's there. Just play it. It is literally one of the best choose your own like story games. Like I think it's a little biased for you and I, Mike, because you and I really like we really like story games.
Yeah.
So if you're into story games, if you're into like stories and having control, that one gives you the most control of anyone I've played before.
I made my dad play it actually.
Yeah.
And like obviously he's not like really a big like gamer to begin with, but
it's
he
like-
loved Detroit. He
and-
loved that story.
and it's the gameplay isn't too difficult. It's just quick time events, like classic David Cage. There's some walking around, exploring and stuff, but like if you're not like a gamer, like Mike said his dad played, like it's like a movie where you get to control what the characters do.
An
You're
interactive movie, yeah.
It's an interactive movie, and it's like the best one I've ever played. Like I said, I keep saying this. David Cage, weird guy, weird little French boy who likes to see his actresses get naked, but he makes some goddamn good shit.
It's true.
And like, he's to this day, he's like the best. He's the best to do it. And I would, dude, if you're listening out there, David Cage, we'd love to work with you, man. We would like to sell you our idea.
Keep in touch.
Keep in touch.
Yeah.
For real, once this pops off, you might see us in a David Cage game because that's my biggest dream right now.
Dude, I know you and I talked about this in passing of like how awesome it would be to like get asked to be put in a video game or something like that. Of like, and
we literally just talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and that like. That would be so awesome
Yeah.
if we end up like in like a story-based game or something like that.
Or like even just an NPC in like an open world game. Just our voices just in there, you know, saying some little stupid lines that like.
Hey, if you want to make me like a bartender or something like that, that just like
Mike would be a great bartender.
Like, what would you have?
Yeah, Mike, let's throw on some lines so that people can take it. You know, if there's any game developers out there listening, this is the part for you guys to take.
Oh, right.
Take some lines from our podcast. Go ahead. These are for free.
So I'm a bartender.
Yeah.
I'm a bartender. And like,
don't get shy on me, Mike.
Sorry. Hey, you guys thirsty?
Ooh.
What can I get you?
Okay.
You buying or selling?
I like that one.
You know, there's always that option.
Yeah,
like even though you're like
trader.
at a bar, but like
Yeah.
you can still trade.
Yeah.
You know, like
traveler, you buying or selling?
you don't have enough money for that.
There you go. Looks like your funds are a little. We gotta do different timepieces. Do
right.
Current. This is current. This is a current open world game.
Oh.
So do that one first. Do current.
Can I get you a rum and coke?
There we go.
Traffic out there's crazy.
I love virtual small talk about games. That's what I go to games for.
Immersive.
And then so now let's do like a Skyrim like era like a medieval. Let's do like you're a shop owner there.
You ever speak to Morgo the Bard?
That's good. That was really good. Okay.
Versilla, toss a couple gold coins and she can sing you a song.
I like
you looking for work? Talk to the local guard. Give you some quests.
I like if you go, need something? You gotta do
what was that?
You gotta do like NPC lines too. Like you bump into and go,
hey,
right.
Kingsman.
All right, let me do some.
Yeah,
okay.
What profession would you want in a video game that could be like timeless?
Let me be like a drunk NPC. Like,
drunk?
I'm like you walk in the bar. I'm like, and you gotta yell at me. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, hey you, come here. I got a quest for you. I got a job.
Right.
I got a job for you.
All right, so we'll start with this. This is the first.
Okay,
prompt.
so the NPC walks into the bar, walks up to you, and bumps into me. Okay, I go, hey, and it walks up to you.
Okay, don't mind him. He's just been drinking all night.
Fuck you. You know nothing.
Hey, you still gotta pay your tab.
Fuck. Hey, you want a job? I got a
perfect.
I got a job for you.
All right, so they just took the job.
I gotta take a piss.
All right, yeah, that's the perfect line. That's it. That's the ending conversation button. Prompt.
Yeah, I'm gone. Yeah. He says end conversation. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm gonna take a piss in the corner. Then you're like, hey, you can't piss in the corner.
So yeah, pretty much what we're trying to say is, if you need a bartender and a
bar,
drunkard,
if you've got a bar location in your open world game and you need some NPC voices, we are available for hire. Go ahead. We have an email on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and email that, and we're open for that. So, pirate, yar, arg, Lando. Hold on, that's a little loud. Lando!
they took my legs.
All I've got are these peg legs.
Have you ever seen a cannon take your legs out, matey?
My parrot ate some berries. Now he's feeling sick.
All right. So we got Cowboys.
Oh, dude. Hey, how you guys new in town?
We got ourselves a country jamboree.
Yeah, I'm like the suave cowboy, and you're like, and I'm walking, hey, how you doing, Fail? How you doing there, partner? You looking for some work? I got my horse parked right outside. Why don't you meet me out there if you're looking for some work?
Well, howdy, partner. You want to sit down for some Texas Hold'em?
See, I can see you being. You're very animated. Your NPC's character is like very sporadic. He's moving a lot. He's making the player very uncomfortable.
I'm Happy Mike.
You're Happy Mike.
He's the gambler at the local town.
Yeah. Hi, howdy, y'all. I'm Gambler Mike, and I love to gamble. You can find me at the saloon in any big city, giving away all my coins, all my gold. And I'm like, I'm Jed Red Eye, the fastest gunslinger in this West.
Oh, now that's that Jed Red Eye. I once saw him take down 3 boys with a single bullet.
And that right there is gambling. Would you say Happy Mike or Gambling Mike?
We'll go with Gambling Mike. That makes sense.
We got Gambling Mike over there. I once watched him spend $300 on one
That's
game
a lot.
of blackjack. He is a sick.
Lost it all.
He lost.
Lost my kids.
He lost. He gambled off everything he owns.
My wife left me.
Saw him lose a whole stable of horses. He lost, I think it was like 9 horses he gambled off in one game of poker.
Lost my house. I damn live in this saloon.
Yeah, we're both like, this is like cutting back and forth like different. And then he lost his own house. Now he lives in this here saloon.
I can't even afford a bullet to put in my brain.
It's like a Drake and Josh opening where we're telling the same story and it's just cutting back and forth. I can't even afford a bullet for my own brain.
and it's like, and then the quest pops up. It was like, help Gambling Mike, and then there's an optional option: buy him a bullet.
yeah, shoot Mike. Yeah, it's like the negative karma one.
Yeah,
it's like
get him some help.
Yeah,
or
yeah. You can go find him and find you some money.
Work.
Yeah, find you a job. He's gonna talk to the bartender to get you a job here. Talk to the bartender to get Mike a job. You're like,
there you go.
Oh, partner, you really helped me out.
Hey, that's my side quest.
Yeah, my side quest is like, help me take down a gang.
Yeah,
or turn me in. It's like there's the 2 options, obviously.
Oh
so,
yeah, because
yeah.
you're like, you're kind of like there's a bounty on your head,
Yeah.
but you're also innocent.
Yeah.
So it's like you could either help clear your innocence,
Uh-huh.
or you could just turn you in for
Yeah,
the
help
money.
Jed or turn Jed in.
Yeah.
And then once you make the decision, there's that little cowboy thing where like your little head goes one way or the other on the little bar, on the little meter. See,
Yeah, look at that.
we got a future in this, dude. We got a future in the game developer business. So if there's anybody listening who is in charge of that type of thing, Mr. John Game Developer, if you're listening,
John Game, are you out there?
Mr. John Game, if you're out there and you're looking to make a new game and you need some young men who have beautiful voices, who have quite the following.
Yeah, we're young and ambitious.
We're young, looking for work.
We're hungry.
We're hungry for this industry. we have the need to feed. And, yeah, man. I think we pretty much just nailed every type of game that could possibly come out. So we can really get some NPC roles out here.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good
honestly,
about it.
we just opened the door to a possible brand new future.
Yeah, dude. We'll get our short film made. We'll get some NPC voice roles.
Oh man!
Anybody on we gotta check out Fiverr if anybody's looking for looking to feature 2 famous YouTubers who invented the YouTube Let's Play. I mean, shit, you can patent that. Whatever. You can put that on the cover of the game. That's fine.
Hey man,
you can make us the leads if you want. I'm down. I'm down to read. I'm down to read like 100.
It's no biggie. I mean, if you
spitball in here, if you're looking for a main antagonist or protagonist,
hey,
I think I could do a hero role.
Hey, we'll start off with a small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be a drunkard in a.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We're really looking for that exposure.
Yeah, we're just trying to get our names out there. But that would
Even though we're like big names.
don't
already.
tell me that shit would not be clean. Playing
What?
a game and then you hear your own voice as an NPC.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you just drive into the city and like you hear, hey, and it's like, oh, that was me.
You're like, "Huh,
And then,
who are you?
who the fuck are you? Yeah, dude, we're just telling out. Oh my god, we started with your dream and we're ending with our dream.
Whoa.
That was actually quite poetic. I'm
That's
gonna be
beautiful.
honest. But yeah, I think we can call it there. This is a good episode of getting our names out
You
there.
know, spitballing some ideas.
Spitballing some ideas, getting some things said, some things done. There's some stuff and some things.
Hey, if you guys have ever had a nightmare before
Mhm.
that made you actually like wake up and scream,
Send it to us so we can make it into a movie and patent it and take it from you and copyright it.
at least put it in the comments.
Then we can take it from you. Yeah. So any closing statements for you, Mike?
David Cage, if you're out there,
Mm-hmm.
whatever produces Dark Pictures.
Yep.
We still have our eyes on you too.
We still want you.
We think we could really fix you.
We could fix you. Just bring us in as consultants. We'll do we'll take care of it.
Yeah,
We'll take care of everything.
Just leave it to us.
Let Daddy help you. Okay?
We have what you heard today was just a few ideas.
Yeah.
We got plenty more.
We do, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. something. So hit the ground running.
Nice.
Could it make sense when you live for fun? Your brain goes dead, but your brain gets numb.
Take it easy.